Hello everyone, Johnny Miner here. Sorry about me being a little later than usual. And today we are continuing with our Let's Learn Japanese with series Star Fox. Last time we finished level 1, so the first route. Started the second one. We stopped after checking out, I'll show it here, the briefing for planet Titania. So yeah, today we actually start by playing this stage 3 should be, of level 2, the second route. And then we'll continue from there. Yeah, without further ado, let's start the game. Yeah, it is. Open the game and load our save state. Good
luck.
Oh yeah. Stage 3, yeah, as mentioned. Okay. We'll see how this one goes. Okay, there was a shield. Yeah, for now we luckily do not need it. Okay, the usual, they got Peppy's back. We saved him. Then I hit him myself, but yeah, just a little lucky. Okay. Yeah. That wasn't enough to defeat that enemy. Let's try this one. Okay. Oof. Okay. Okay, then funny enough we switched to this. Okay. Ooh. Okay, no, let me get that. Okay, I think I might actually have got it. Oh yeah, we rescued also Sleepy here. Funny enough, for now it's going better than when it comes to rescuing our teammates than during level 1. Okay. And no, honestly, I'll simply ignore that. That I also ignore. Ooh, okay, no. We might not need it, but I'd rather not risk it. Yeah, so we have a little more shield for the boss that certainly is coming. Yes, Sleepy doesn't want to die, as usual. Ooh, okay. Rescued the Sleepy, but then had died myself. Okay. Okay. Hello Ken, nice to see you. Yeah, today we are since we had checked the briefing last time, we're okay, no, way too much damage. Because there's someone in the back as well there. Okay. Or at least there was some projectile from the back. But yeah, we're starting by playing a stage 3 of level 2. I guess so far we got the usual dialogue in game, so yeah, nothing to check. Just a level to play, but okay, and we are entering a base here, nice. Okay. Yeah, that clearly said bye-bye. Okay. Wonder what's up with that. Nothing good, I bet. Okay. Okay, and we have this as the boss. Okay. Kind of looks like okay, but was actually pretty easy. Oh yeah, with that already stage 3 clear. Yeah, funny enough, it overall went better also for our teammates. We had to rewind a couple of times ourselves, but yeah, honestly, funny enough, overall better than some stages in level 1. Okay, and then we have Sector Y here. Okay, this one should be new. Okay, we have the briefing here for Sector Y. Relatively short, as we can see here. First and foremost, Pepper says, Shokun, awi no choshi wa do kane? But yeah, first and foremost, we have Shokun again. We have seen it, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, and so on. Yeah, we have the kun here not used in its typical usage as a suffix nowadays, but still related to using it with names of people. And before it's a sho, as already mentioned, various simply. Chinese compound, accent on the first mora, this one. Oh yeah, so you, people, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, and so on. Then we have Arwin, simply with the changes due to the Japanese pronunciation. Possessive particle no. Choshi. Don't remember if we have straight up seen it in this game. I swear we have definitely seen it. It's a Chinese compound, unaccented, this one, like most of those. Several translations. Technically, the fundamental one would be tune, tone, key, pitch, rhythm, related to music. Then by extension, we also have actually vein, mood, way, condition, even simply. Actually, condition would be the best translation here. As we said, the condition of your, as in everyone, because of the Shokun at the start, everyone's wings. Then we have the topic particle wa, it has a ha. So yeah, as for the condition and so on. Do, interrogative interrogative pronoun, part of the Kosodo series. Ko, close to both the speaker and the listener, so far from the speaker, close to the listener, far from both. Do, the interrogative, Koso I, usually unaccented, do accent on do itself, and yeah, like in this case, on the do itself, the longer vowel that becomes that u after an o, so yeah, o-u, actually long o in contemporary Japanese. The accent stays before on the syllable that starts this longer vowel, so on the o. Do, high, low, technically. How, literally would be with the u, so actually the longer vowel. We get way, so in what way, in which way, so do becomes simply how, usually nowadays. In in what way, as mentioned, and so on. Depends then. Then, last but not least, we have two final sentence particles. Well, first and foremost, of course, we have ka, the interrogative particle. I think we have seen, by the way, something along these lines. Not exactly necessarily this expression. The second part, I'm pretty sure we haven't seen it before. Also with that secta, as we see. But we have seen something along these lines said by Pepper in level 1. I think also in stage 4. Because, yeah, we have seen this compound particle. Yeah, we have ka, the interrogative particle, ne, right, isn't it? And yeah, in this case, we combine the two meanings. So yeah, technically it's an interrogative particle expressing doubt. So yeah, still in translation, we have a question with the ka, and then an isn't it at the end. Also see it, by the way, in the translation of the example in on the online dictionary. Oh yeah, so here is saying how is the condition of well, everyone at the start. How is the condition of implied your Arwings? And of course, we have the plural. Consider the shokun at the start of the Arwin, but we don't have it necessarily to have. We don't have to add anything in Japanese to words that can already be singular or plural. We can further specify the plural by adding pluralizing suffixes and so on, but yeah, not necessarily. Then it says, このセクターでアメーバに取り憑かれたら、L ボタンで、LR ボタンで振り払うことだ。Yeah. This part is definitely with the secta, as already mentioned, and also the rest. It's new, completely new. First and foremost, we have kono, yeah, again part of the Kosodo series. With the no, we have the demonstrative adjective. This something, in our case, secta. I wonder if I straight up find it that in the online dictionary to then check its accent just to confirm it. We've seen that luckily most of these words follow the accent from English, follow the English accent. Sometimes they become unaccented, and in some, so far even rarer cases, they are accented but in a different way compared to English. You have to remember the exceptions, but yeah. Luckily, this one sector in English, and yeah, on the also in Japanese on the first more secta. We have as the particle. I'd say in this case simply in at with most verbs. Ni if we had a verb of staying, but yeah, no, they in this case makes sense considering what the other verbs we have seen. I will check again in detail in a second. After that, we have amoeba. And yeah, it's clearly from amoeba, amoeba, or however it's pronounced in English. Also potentially depending on varieties. But yeah, it's that. Although it's worth mentioning that, as I suspected, the word itself, the actual word, would have only the longer vowel for the E. Here it has also an additional longer vowel, most likely just to not keep it as is, but to personalize it like we have seen for some Mario enemies and stuff like that. Simply by even just adding a longer vowel compared to the original, the common word, to make it a given name in a way, a proper name. But yeah. Then we have the particle ni. In this case, it means by, as we see, required by the following verb, which is tori tsukareta ra. Which should simply come from tori tsuku. Okay. A compound verb. Pretty easy. We have the combination of toru, to take, here the more generic one, of course, accented. We can change the u into e to make the conjunctive form, and so to then attach the second verb part of the compound. Tsuku, tsuku. The usual verb, which means to be added, to be attached, connected with, and so on. All those meanings. We could also say simply, as we see with some of the translations of this verb, with tsuku, technically you then, we have that meaning of attaching. But yeah, we'll see in a second. First, though, tsuku is a u verb, colon verb, so also toritsuku. So we can change the u into a, and then add re, ru. Here the ru can be seen because of further conjugation, to make the passive form of the verb. So yeah, the verb means to hold on to, hold fast to. Several similar other meanings, extended meanings as well, but yeah, that's the fundamental one. And actually is the meaning that interests us anyway. But yeah, by making the passive, so yeah, to be another meaning, for example, is grapple, for example, so yeah, to be grappled, and so on. So yeah, then you can see why we need a by before it to specify by what, who, or by whom or what in this case. And yeah, the particle used with for that meaning with passive verbs is the particle ni. So yeah, be careful. Unfortunately, it's straight up a rule in Japanese. Technically, if you consider this ni as a conjugative form of the classical copula nari, so technically you could say being that, as in, you specify what is the thing that does the action of the verb, of the passive, who's the agent, but yeah. Or you could simply consider it, remember, it's a rule. Ni is also used here with this usage with passive verbs as by. As I mentioned, further conjugation, passive verbs are ru verbs, it's verbs, so yeah, you can simply drop the ru to make the conjugative form. In this case, to simply attach ta, make that a form. On its own would be the past form of the verb, but here we also add ra. With this, we get a form of the conditional can also have temporal meaning. So yeah, like if, when in English. This one, notice that to make it in Japanese, we have to first make the ta form of the verb, past form of the verb, and so yeah, the focus is on the action of that verb having already happened before something else can happen. So yeah, there's that difference. It's a difference in focus, we could say, usually. We have seen for another example of the conditional forms in Japanese, to, in which case it's closer to the zero condition. So yeah, when that happens, automatically something else happens as well. But yeah, no. In this case, we have been caught, we have been grappled by an amoeba. And when that happens, he says L or R, botan. Again, an accent slightly different compared to English because it's actually from Portuguese botão, but it's button. Still similar enough. Yeah, the changes in pronunciation and also being unaccented is because of that. Then we have the particle de with, in this case, so yeah, with the L or R buttons. And then we have furi harau. Yeah, you might have easily guessed another with that E in the middle, and then it continues. Of course, not necessarily, but yeah. It's another compound verb. Furi harau, in particular, first and foremost, we have furu, which we have seen thanks to this very series. If not furu, still another related verb. I think it was straight up furu specifically. Furu, an accent, okay, I forgot that. It means to wave, to shake, to swing, several extended meanings. But yeah, we have, pretty sure we have seen it because of Falco saying that they couldn't, or someone else that couldn't shake away an enemy. But yeah, verb, colon verb, we can change the U into I again, continuative form, to attach the second verb part of the compound. Harau is the verb accented actually, so harau. Low, high, low. On its own, actually, the most common meaning nowadays is actually to pay. But yeah, it has several extended meanings. In our case here, it's to brush off, to wipe away, to clear away, and so on. By extension, also to sweep, to knock aside. So yeah, actually, in this case, the meaning of this compound, furi harau, luckily also accented like harau, is simply to shake off. I don't think actually I mentioned the accent of Toritsuku. And good thing I'm doing it now, I checked it. It actually becomes an accent despite the accent of tsuku on its own, so be careful. There are some compounds that do like this, as we have seen, unfortunately. But yeah, so to shake off. After it, we have koto. I've just seen noun, which means thing as in matter, accent on the last mora. It's also one of the nominalizer for verbs. And after it, we have simply the copula da in plain speech. By the way, koto being a noun, before it we have a noun. Actually, straight up a clause, in this case, yeah, a relative clause, as usual. if it were a verb on its own, a verb in attributive position anyway. As you have seen, when we have this structure koto da, literally it is the matter that it actually means in the sense of you should. I advise that it's important to, and so on. Yeah, but we have already seen it. We see it again. Perfect in this context here, with General Pepper telling us about it. But yeah, so he's saying if you got technically, in English better it would be if you get caught, but technically in Japanese we have the verb in the past, in its past form for this condition as mentioned. So yeah, if you have better, also in English, if you have been caught by an amoeba in this sector, you should shake it implied off with the L or R button. You can use either. Oh yeah, so with that we have checked the briefing here, and so we can actually go back to the game.
Good luck.
And yeah, I started this stage as well. Okay. Okay, we have these kind of look like birds of some kind. Not the one that there's a peculiar one, as we see, needed for a certain something in level 3 as special a specific stage of level 3, but yeah, we'll check that out when the time comes. And yeah, I want to show that as well. If you have already played this game, you might know. Yeah, these are okay, let's check that out, because that I'm pretty sure was new. I rewinded here since I actually got stuck, simply got caught there simply because I got distracted by the thing we want to check out. Not these we have seen so much. Yeah. Here Peppy says Kitai o roaring sasero. Yeah, can be properly seen there, but yeah, it's it is a square. Maybe, okay, perfect. I can move it slightly further. Yeah, you can see it. So ro in katakana, like on the left. Yeah, first and foremost we have kitai. This could technically be different things. In our case, considering the context, it's most likely airframe, literally the term the kanji used, because yeah, regardless, in this case, there are other kitai which aren't like this, but yeah, no. In this case, it would be a Chinese compound. This one in particular would use the kanji for machine. And the one, the tai, yeah, it's the usual one we've already seen for body. Karadai, it's strictly Japanese reading. So you can see from machine body, then you get the meaning airframe. And yeah, airframe of an aircraft. So yeah, because of that, it's the most likely one, also, other than also the rest of the context, as we'll see. one I want, I can mention the other two actually more common words for Thai. The E is barely heard, if at all, because it's of the key, because it's between a voice consonants. Regardless, being all Chinese compounds, they are all unaccented. Yeah, this one, airframe. The most common one of them all means expectation, anticipation, and so on. The other one, funny enough, that one also uses Thai as in body, but before it key, the usual one for spirit, mind, and so on. So literally spirit, quote unquote, body. So yeah, actually for gas, or better, gaseous body, more literally by a gas, vapor. Wanted to incidentally mention those, since yeah, you can now see why even more so airframe makes the most sense. But those other ones are actually more common. So yeah. Object particle O, written as one, pronounced as such in careful speech and also singing. Then we have roaring, as we have already seen. Yeah, it's the rolling. It's the term for our barrel rolls here in Japanese, way easier. So yeah, rolling. Worth mentioning that it's actually unaccented. Yeah, it's one of those words from English, unaccented. A noun, but we can turn it into a verb by adding suru, unaccented, to do. In particular, though, in this case, suru is completely irregular, as already mentioned. So, by technically replacing suru with sa, or sa se ru, we could say, more strictly we would drop the ru, change the u into a, and then add se ru. Notice that apart from some changes, and that's why it's still considered completely irregular in contemporary Japanese, actually also in classical Japanese. But notice that after that, we apply the rules for ru verbs, it's then verbs. So yeah, once we get our base, our form that we then conjugate, we add the a and then add also se ru. For example, with a classical ru verb with miru. Well, miru is somewhat weird because of certain reasons. Let me tell you another. Well, actually better. It's kind of a mix, and even more so you can see why it's completely irregular, because yeah, the changing the u into a is actually typical simply of u verbs, Godan verbs. But there's also the matter of dropping the ru. So as you can see, kind of a mix of the two. Yeah, regardless. More simply, replace suru with saseru. Saseru, which is used in other for other verbs to make this form, to make the causative form of the verb. So yeah, to let, make someone else do. In this case, actually, then we would have do a rolling. So we can keep it better, actually, to keep it like this in this case. With other, for example, with Chinese compounds, then we would, we have seen, for example, distraction, hakai, in this very series. It will become to let, make someone destroy, literally do distraction. But yeah. causative forms of verbs are root verbs, incident verbs, so we can change the U into O, or you could say drop the U technically and then add the O, but you know. To make the imperative form. This is the technically spoken one, and so actually the more common one nowadays in Japanese. We have seen that there's also the one in yo, with also some changes depending on some verbs, but yeah, this is the most common one nowadays. So yeah, imperative form of the verb. So yeah, here is simply saying, but we have to explain the structure. Make technically the as we said the airframe, right, of your ship, of your R-wing, do a rolling. Yeah, so and yeah, to do that you press L or R, and yeah, as General Pepper told us in the briefing. So yeah, just as a reminder to avoid. So yeah, you can go back to the game. Okay, not the best spot to come back with a laser already on us. Yeah, there, Peppy telling us again about that. Ooh, okay. Finally, yeah, I'll show it again also while avoiding. Yeah, that's an extra life, as you have seen. You might have noticed the counter in the top left corner. So yeah. Okay, let's be careful about all this nonsense here. Okay, this okay, that we should have seen before. I think we have seen most of these. Also these. I'll quickly mention them again in case we didn't. Here, okay, this one actually might be the only one I don't remember mentioning that. Oh yeah, this one about also doing such things as rescuing. It is the fact that, and so on, the usual nda. Cairo at the end as usual, because Sleep is a frog. Then after that, okay, this one I don't remember because we actually explain it. At most it will be a repetition, but yeah, no, I have some doubts about it. First, we have the Kai, which means giant, huge, better, huge, enormous. It's a colloquial word. Funny enough, you might remember, or at least we have actually heard it before when we watched the Kirby Riders Direct. The second one should be, because yeah, when Sakurai-san compared the Smash Bros. Kirby amiibo with the Air Riders amiibo, and he said the Kai. So yeah, because it's huge. Oh yeah, accented. The adjective. So yeah, after it we can put a noun to modify it. Yatsu as usual, fellow, guy, and so on. Accent on the first mora. Then we have the particle ni, tu. We'll see now in what sense when we see the rest of the sentence. Topic particle wa. As for two huge guys, plural, it's well, actually could be singular if there is only, I think there's only one on screen. We say singular for now, but yeah, wouldn't change again how it's written in Japanese unless we specify the plural, but yeah, it's not required. Then we have te. And yeah, this one is the te. We have already studied this kanji for hand, accented on its own. So actually it should also be here. Object particle o. Dasu. Yeah, another verb we have studied this kanji to put, take out, several extended meanings. Yeah, so here literally put implied your hand out in the sense of to reach out one's hand, to extend one's arm. So yeah, you are putting it out, yeah, as in you are extending it. Then we actually have several extended meanings. In our case, actually, would make sense technically putting your extending one's hand in Japanese by extension to start a fight, to get physical with, to make a move in violence, to lay, but even better to lay hands on. Closer to the Japanese, as in closer to the Japanese. Yeah, considering our context, I say that. It can also, by the way, another extended meaning is to try one's hand at. So yeah, technically you you extend your hand, as in then trying your hand at something. But yeah. After that, we have na. And yeah, as we have seen after the dictionary terminal form of verbs, this na means don't do the action of the verb. So yeah, the negative imperative. Last but not least, here we have also the final sentence particle yo. A certainty, emphasis. The best translation for at least the one I use the most here makes the most sense. You know, in general. But yeah. Actually, by extension, the yo can also be used. In this case, I'd say something more like don't, by adding you there and doing the action of the verb. So yeah, yo can also be used as a request. Better, I'd say technically a warning in this case also. But yeah, so here Pep is saying don't fight. I suspect, as in don't fight yourself. You don't fight. Leave it to me. The big, the huge guy, the huge fellow. So yeah, actually, the ni is then you can see with the expression putting out your hands toward, we could say to, and then we have what we are putting towards, in our case here, the huge guy, and then simply the topic particle. But yeah, that's the typical usage. By the way, as a reminder, the topic particle here clearly it will well, it simply is added to the particle used for the term when the noun will take the subject or object particles, the topic particles straight up replaces them, and you find only the topic particle. So actually, its most typical usage. But yeah. So yeah, that should be the guy. Yeah, this is the usual. No matter if you escape, it's useless. The usual repeat at the end. What we hadn't seen before, I think, maybe we have, and I'm forgetting, but yeah, we have this itadaki. It repeated twice, itadaki, itadaki. It comes from itadaku, which means to receive. Its fundamental meaning, unaccented, is the humble form of morau. By extension, it's also the humble form of the verbs to eat, to drink. Because yeah, technically you are receiving the food or drink. And yeah, you have most likely actually heard it in the expression itadakimasu in that second meaning. But yeah, the original one is actually to receive. So the humble form of morau. Technical other extended meanings, but yeah, these are the fundamental ones. Here we change the U into E. Technically make the continuative form. I suspect in this case simply as well, you could simply say as in receiving. But yeah, simply use the here as an expression because he's saying that at least I'd say based on what we have seen here that he's receiving better by adapting, if maybe as in the sense of actually doing it himself, whatever it is about maybe that big enemy as well and so on. But yeah, wanted to mention regardless that yeah, it comes from itadaku. But yeah, you can continue. Okay, I wanted to quickly see here. Okay, I don't think we have seen this as well. Although this one I think I actually do. If we haven't seen it directly. No, yeah, no, we have seen araiotto already. Yeah, we have mentioned it. So yeah. And expression used for effort or strain. So yeah, half or hi-ho. Better technically, half technically. There's another one better for more similar to hi-ho, I'd say. Funny enough, yeah, also mentioned by the dictionary there. But we'll see it when the time comes. Actually, so we can continue. Yeah, there Sleep doesn't want to die as usual. Then I actually hit him. I really need the extra shield there. Although, yeah, actually we had already that after. Yeah, there that he ate literally, as in got inflicted got some pain, was inflicted pain by someone. Okay, yeah, that's these enemies are actually pretty annoying here. Honestly, we have bombs we can try. Okay. Ooh. You know, these are being really annoying. Okay, let's go back a good amount here. Okay, that one I couldn't avoid straight up. I don't think our bombs are doing much here. Yeah, you have to be really careful about these enemies coming up here. If we can actually do something about them. Okay, I am not sure here. Let me quickly check here a second. What happens if we get... okay, there it says stage 4. I don't remember if though it's the very start. Let's try to rewind here a lot. Yeah, sorry, sleepy, but I have bigger issues here at play. With, these annoying big enemies. Okay, there I hit that. But then it comes for me. I wonder if it will come for me regardless. Okay, it doesn't. Apparently. So yeah, actually, I think Peppy's suggestion was straight up, don't do that, because then they attack. We have still the minor ones, but without the hit from the really big one there that changed the color, we can do it. Yeah, no. There, Sleepy saying the usual stuff. Okay, and we get our boss here, perfect. Okay. Okay, not there. Okay, let's be careful here not to get hit. As soon as I say it, then it gets me there. Yeah, it's all a matter of going up or down here. Okay, I think we have to hit there at the side. Because yeah, the middle does nothing. These bombs really do. Bombs are way more useful. Unless it's straight up that I have no clue here how to use them. But yeah, honestly, they seem way more useful in later games. Let's keep on hitting the boss. Okay, it's actually based those parts there, I think. Okay, some health, thank you. Ah, yeah, then of course starts spinning again. Because of course, why wouldn't it? Yeah, okay, it's that part I saw it flashing there. Of course, easier said than done anyway, seeing all the stuff going on. Okay, let's be careful about these missiles. They look like missiles at the very least. I got a hit there. Okay. Slowly but surely we are doing it here. Okay, that's also working there. well, I should still try to avoid getting hit as much here. Okay, perfect. Okay, now it's really working. Yeah, now it actually worked. Perfect. Well, far from perfect, but it worked. Yeah, or aircraft report as usual. Yeah, there Sleepy got hit a lot, but oh well, yeah. So honestly, it was me or him, and yeah, no. Definitely sorry, Sleepy, but we have to continue, so we have to survive. Despite the extra life, which might be useful, but yeah. Okay, we now take our usual break, and after that we'll actually continue, and we are already at Venom, so the last not singular stage as we have seen in level 1 most likely, so most likely also here, stages of level 2. We'll see if we can play them all today and so finish level 2 or not, but yeah. See you in around 5 minutes, most likely slightly less, after our usual break. And we're back. Oh yeah, so we can continue. And yeah, tackle Venom. We'll see if the briefing is the same. I don't remember, but we can easily actually compare it since we have a... okay, no. We need to close that. Okay, this one says this, okay. Okay, we check one by one. Okay, no, it's different. Yeah, I already from the start. I had a suspicion that there was something different, but no, actually from the straight up the start. Okay. So yeah, still Venom the final goal, but yeah. This time, General Pepper says, Zenin, bugi d'attacca. First and foremost, we have Zenin. By the way, we have ze, n, I, n. The n, the first n, yeah, it's a particular nasal or nasal vowel. We could, it's also considered as such technically by some. Peculiar that you find, well, technically also on its own at the end, but especially here between when it's followed by a consonant. So be careful that technically it isn't ze, nin, as if it were written ze, ni, and then n. So yeah, with the ni mora. Also there it would then get palatalized, so ni actually. But yeah, it's zenin. Yeah, not easy, but you'll hear it at the very least, you'll notice it by hearing it more and more. But yeah, as for its meaning, it literally means, and also by the way, it's when you want to search it in a dictionary, if you write it zenin, then yeah, you get again zenin. You have to put an apostrophe after the n. But yeah, so zenin means literally all members, and yeah, Chinese compound, unaccented. The in is the one we have studied for member when we start, and yeah, it's that. Then after that we have buji. Buji is another Chinese compound. This one should be no, actually also unaccented. I'm thinking maybe of something else, I think. It can be a noun or an adjective, then also actually used as an adverb, but then with the ni usually. But yeah, no, actually also without. I was thinking both usages. But yeah, in our case, actually, I'd say more adjective. As a noun would be safety, security. So yeah, as an adjective, then actually safe, secure, and so on. Literally, the kanji, we should have actually studied the kanji for bu, because it's the adjective that technically has the reading, the strictly Japanese reading nai, the one we have seen so much, the adjective which means non-existent. So yeah, when you use the Chinese reading as a prefix before other kanji, it means none of the something. That something in our case is ji, which is the kanji for koto, thing as in matter, as already mentioned. So yeah, literally from none, and so actually we could say without things, as in the sense that nothing happened, as in the sense usually nothing bad happened. So then you can see why it means safe and so on. But yeah, being regardless of it being a noun or an adjective, but better an adjective in this case, then we have the copula datta. This one, notice the ta at the end, yeah, it's the ta form of the copula in plain speech, cioè was. Last but not least, the interrogative particle technically ka. Yeah, as you can see here with the exclamation mark at the end, so you actually used in an exclamation here. So yeah, we could say better as in so you were so all members were safe. After that, we have simply foxukun, suspension dots and question mark. The usual fox and then kun. Here actually used as the usual suffix after names of a person. This one after, more often than not, actually after the name of a male of equal or lower status. We have also seen the usage after a female of lower status, but yeah, more often than not, specifically for males. Cioè fox here, fox, because the suspension dots, and then the question. Then it says, and then actually, okay, no, then it should actually stop there. I think that we are missing a period simply because of the space. VENOM no tekikicho, VENOM no tekikichi koho yori senyu seyo. Okay, we'll see also better by going step by step. Yeah, there, with everything put together there, it's more difficult, but yeah. First and foremost, we have simply VENOM, possessive particle no. The first part of this big part here is teki, and yeah, it's the kanji we studied for enemy, or in general can be opponent, but yeah, then by extension straight up enemy. Yeah, then we should have kichi, which we should have already seen in this very series. It's a term, a Chinese compound as usual, accented technically on the first mora, although the E should be barely heard if at all, so then it could technically move because of that, but regardless, accented. Means base, usually a military and so on, by expedition. But yeah, base, cioè enemy base. Then we have this koho, because yeah, then the yori should be the particle. And yeah, okay, in this case, koho, the one that makes the most sense, is simply the rear, back, behind. The ho is the usual word we have seen also used on its own for direction, way, side, area. Also used in some expression, in some grammatical structures. Accented on its own, ho. The ko before it is the one of the readings, because there's another one which actually I'd say not necessarily more both are quite used actually, depending on the word, but yeah, go. But even more notably, yeah, it's strictly Japanese readings are ato among the others, and yeah, so it's again that word. So yeah, Not surprising that it literally means back, side, area, direction. Cioè, simply the rear, back, behind of something. There are other ko, but yeah, no. Based on the context, this is the one that makes the most sense. After it, we have yori, the particle which, as we have already seen, one of its fundamental uses is then, as in comparisons, but yeah, another usage, which is the one found here. We've seen it actually last time in Pokemon Fire Red, from, in that case, from, then used in a letter from Mama, as we have seen. Here, simply from physically, so yeah, from the rear, from the back, side, actually in Japanese, side, area, and so on. But yeah, so that. Then we have the term senyu, and yeah, this one we have already seen in this very series. It means, and by the way, yeah, another example in which it's you should put the apostrophe after the n, because otherwise it it gets confused, and because yeah, when you input twice the n, it can also be seen as an n, and then so the u was separate. Yeah, no, not in this case. Is sen and then new. But yeah, as we have seen, it's the Chinese compound that means infiltration and so on. Looked it up simply for the accent. Again, simply an accent like most Chinese compounds. Another Chinese compound that is a noun but can be turned into a verb by adding suru. And funny enough, here we actually see the other way to make imperative forms of well, technically reverbs is some verbs, but it applies also to suru. In that sense, it's closer for these to reverbs and some verbs. And yeah, this is the one in yo. Se is the part of the verb suru we need to use to then add yo. We have also seen it in Metroid, the first game, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so imperative. This is the more formal, written usually one, but yeah, found also in games. So yeah, definitely more formal. Despite being noticed that it's we're still in plain speech. But yeah. So here is saying, yeah, perfect, for example, as we have seen in this context with some official military orders, like we have seen here with General Pepper in Metroid with Samus's mission. But yeah, so here is saying infiltrate, do infiltration, so yeah, then simply infiltrate the enemy, the Venom enemy base, the enemy base of Venom from the back side, so yeah, from the back. Then, last but not least, General Pepper says, Andorufu wa Aseri hajimete oru yoda. Okay. First and foremost, we have Andorufu. Yeah, Andros, Japanese name, Andorf. Topic particle wa. And yeah, then we actually have another compound verb, aseri hajimete. Yeah, I shouldn't be able to find it as is in the dictionary, but I want to see it. I have doubts because simply we should find of course it reminds me simply to then the verb on its own, the first verb, and the first one is aseru, which means to be in a hurry. This is the most common meaning nowadays, to be in a hurry, to be impatient, to be anxious, to do. But colloquially, it can also mean, by extension, most likely from that, to be anxious, actually to get flustered, to get afraid, to panic, to be startled. I'd say that this second meaning makes the most sense here. Accent aseru. We change the U, it's a verb, colon verb, so we can change the U into I to make the conjugative form, and then attach the second verb part of the compound, which is hajimeru. Hajimeru, as we have already seen, is the verb which means to begin, to start, the transitive form, the intransitive one, which I think we have seen both. This transitive, the intransitive is hajimaru. Both should be unaccented, if I recall correctly. They are unaccented. Well, hajimeru should be also hajimaru. I'll look it up just to be sure. Again, notice the transitive in eru, the intransitive in aru. The intransitive in aru is most likely actually a classical form of the passive. Notice the aru. Literally to be started, and so then simply becomes to start, as in something starts. By the way, hajimaru also unaccented. But what's worth mentioning that you have those two verbs used when using them on their own. You can add hajimeru after the conjugative form of a verb, and so making actually a compound verb with it, to add the meaning to start, to begin to. And this is the reason why when I mentioned that dasu can also be added, dasu that we have studied and we have also repeated, dasu can also be added as the second verb part of the compound to make to add the meaning other than simply out in certain compounds. To add the meaning to start, to begin, I specified, and is also mentioned by the dictionary, the online dictionary, better dasu, to burst into. Because while hajimeru is the one, technically more neutral one, dasu is something that starts without someone bursts into whatever the verb of that verb says. There's that difference. We'll see it better when time comes, but especially when we find dasu used in that usage. But so we finally see hajimeru used this way. Hajimeru, verb is some verb, so we can simply drop the ru to make the conjugative form and then add te to attach the te form, make the te form of the verb. In this case, required because then we add oru on its own, oru. In standard Japanese, it's the humble form of iru. On their own, to be, as in to exist, of animate things, so people and animals. After the form of verbs, we get the continuing action or state meanings, so to be doing the action of the verb or to have add whatever the verb says. Better technique, I'd say, also in translation, has started, so would be technically continuing action, but regardless, the usual teiru or teoru in our case here structure and usage. After it, we have yo. So yeah, again, yo technically is a noun, so the structure would be relative clause, modifying that noun. But yeah, nowadays simply considered an expression in Japanese. Yo on its own has all those meanings: form, style, design, way, method. Also be careful because when used after the continuative form of verbs, it has the meanings way, method, as in way to do the action of the verb, method of doing the action of the verb. When you find it after the dictionary final form, originally actually attributive form would be of the verb, but there isn't a distinction practically anymore in contemporary Japanese apart from certain words. But yeah, when used after these forms of the verb, it actually means it seems that. But yeah, yo, as mentioned, yeah, it's a noun technically, so unsurprising. After it, we have the copula da. So here is saying then, as for Andros, it seems that he's starting, or well, better maybe that then, to be worried, to be frightened, is starting to panic. Yeah, all those meaning of aseru, the second usage. Yeah, so we have checked that. And so we can actually start playing the level.
Good luck.
The stage, actually, yeah. Funny enough, we are about to finish the level, as in the this route. Okay, let me see quickly. Yeah, let me quickly rewind here. I'm just trying to see. Okay, perfect. Okay, now we can tackle it properly. I was just making sure that we weren't having issues of any kind. Luckily, that's not the case, but I don't remember if I've seen it. I'll quickly mention this. Yeah, didn't want to press that. My mistake. But yeah, here Pep is saying be careful if you haven't seen it already. If you have seen it already, I'll simply translate it anyway. The usual expression applied literally, spirit, mind, by extension, that key also we could say attention. So pay attention, like pay attention in English. And by the way, another verb is some verb. Here we make the imperative with ro, and then we have the final sentence particle yo. But yeah, wanted to mention it at least like that if we have haven't seen it, or at the very least as to review it. We have seen that expression elsewhere anyway. This we have seen the usual. The one being the enemy on the back being annoying by Falco. We save Peppy there. Okay, let's not shoot Peppy there. To be careful about all these enemies here. Yeah, no, that's one here. Ooh, okay. There they got. I have to be careful about this. It doesn't seem like I can destroy this. Okay, no, yeah, I have to be more careful than with the maneuver here. the maneuvering by doing like circles. Okay, no, not like that at all. The other way around. What I do... Okay, no, I can destroy these. I guess I was simply not hitting them. No, let's avoid these. Let's give this one more try properly. Okay, now it's working. Not sure why I was straight up not hitting them before. Okay, this I can deflect. Lucky with our... there, I want to get... Yeah, sorry about the rewinding, but I would like to finish this in time, if possible. Yeah, honestly, in general, I'd rather not waste time. Okay, we have to be careful about this. Okay, got that, and so healed a good amount of our shield. Yeah, there, Peppy got hit. Ai ta 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 ta. It's an expression of the hit Peppy. Sorry, but I'd rather not die myself. Okay. And so restart this whole part here. Okay, an enemy trying to get Peppy once more. There I got him myself. Okay, let's get this healing. Okay, I think I got it. I heard the sound. Okay, then I have to be more careful around all this nonsense. Okay. Enough we get to hear, not sure if it's can be heard or how much in the recording, but I can hear different kinds of engines outside. Okay, this I don't think we have seen before. Not that there's much to say actually, but let's rewind there. Oh yeah, this one I'm pretty sure we haven't seen before. Here Falco says simply Mae o mitero yo. Yeah, we have Mae, which means front, front, in front of, or front, the frontal part of something, in front of, and so also before. Yeah, the other main meaning of Mae is before, both as in front of, as already mentioned, but also in a temporal sense. So yeah, both. Yeah, no, here clearly before, in front, better of you. Accented Mae. Funny enough, also get to hear it when I play Fitness Boxing 3. With the Japanese voices. Object particle O. And then we have mitero. From miru, as already mentioned, to see, to look at, to watch. With a some verb, so we can drop the ru, add te. To make the form. And then we have this ro, which, as you might have guessed, the ro, again, the imperative form in plain speech of a verb with some verb. And yeah, after the te form, and we only have the ro, it's actually a contraction of the usual te iru. The I gets dropped. But yeah, we conjugated iru by changing the u into o to make the imperative form. So it would be... keep on looking in front of you. Stay looking. So yeah, in that sense, yeah, then last but not least, the final sentence particle, as usual. Oh yeah, we've seen this. Can go back to the game. Let's be careful here. Okay, got that, perfect. Okay. Yeah, you might have noticed how much. Level 2 here is definitely more intense than level 1 in this stage, especially. So yeah, so much for going from the back here for Venom. Not the best idea, General Pepper, if this is the difference compared to. Okay, yeah, there. Pep is suggesting to use the brake, but honestly, I think I use the boost instead. Okay, no, actually I need to use the brake, but maybe wait longer here, slightly longer. Okay, that kind of worked, got hit by something else there then, but yeah, it did overall work. Get hit some more here. Ah, okay, I get it. It's straight up trying to, not sure what hit me there in the middle. The first time there was something else that's not related, but yeah. This boss is straight up trying to. Yeah, we have to be careful about this. By doing it like that, for example. But yeah, this boss is straight up trying to crush me, as you've seen. Oh yeah, perfect. We defeated it there. And yeah, so with this, stage 5 is clear. Oh yeah, the usual stuff, I'd say, nothing in particular. So yeah, with that, yeah, immediately stage 6 starts. Yeah, notice that this one is, yeah, I'm pretty sure it is different compared to last time we arrived straight up on Venom. There I think we were simply on the ground. I might be forgetting based on that scene. Let's be more careful though. I say let's be more careful, and then you know, I have to stay more on the side, not too much, otherwise you get hit like that. It's some moving left and right that you have to do here. You can't hit these pillars. These enemies, on the other hand, yeah, these are enemies and we can destroy them luckily. Okay, let's get some more shield, thank you. Okay. A bomb that I don't particularly need, but I used a bomb there myself. Okay, perfect. Also that to heal even more. We're actually back at full health thanks to that. Okay. Yeah, funny enough, the first stage 5 so far was way more intense than this. Well, of course, then they still shoot, especially if they can get to it before I can destroy them. But yeah, still, so far, still way more, way easier. See this? Okay. These enemies are here from the sides, well, from the back actually, also the side, but yeah. kind of annoying. So yeah, I used again our break here. Okay, and we got the enemy bar, so the boss. Oh yeah, okay, this one is the... get this again. Actually, no. Let's be careful about this. I tried using the brake first and then moved my the rest here too close. Now I can tackle it. Yeah, what's unfortunate is that you can hit it when it opens, but yeah, of course it drops such things. Ooh, okay. No, thank you to getting. Okay, no, maybe. Maybe actually using the boost would be better, but after I... Okay, no. Okay, still got a hit less, I'd say, there. Perfect. Yeah, no, this goes down. Maybe I even didn't particularly need to rewind there, but I did it just to be more careful about, more cautious about it. Okay, we're entering from here this time. Still this this whole sequence once more. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, now there is saying something new. So we'll get it, I rewind. Didn't necessarily need to pause there. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Don't think he said this last time. Well, we can actually quickly check. It was, yeah, here. Notice, by the way, the color. Okay, no, actually not this. It was, yeah, here. I know, I was thinking of something else there. Okay, it's this one, the old one. Okay, let's just check, just to be completely sure. Okay, yeah, after this... okay, no, this was the next part. Okay, yeah, it's because, yeah, we entered there. Oh yeah, here he said first, Fox, you did well coming here, up to here. And then the useless guys. So yeah, no. This time, on the other hand, Endorf says, first and foremost, Mo arawareru koro to omotte ita. Yeah, first and foremost, the mo, which we have already seen, has the meaning already accented. So yeah, on the mo itself, the u is again the longer vowel, so can stay on that. Arawareru is a verb which means to appear, to come inside, to become visible, and so on, to come out. Also then, by extension, actually to be expressed emotions, as in to become, and also to become apparent of trends and so on. But yeah, here simply to appear. Accented. After it, we have koro, which is a noun. So again, the usual verb in attributive position, here also with the adverb before it, mo. Koro, actually, koro, accent on the first mora. It means time, more specifically actually an approximate time, so yeah, then in translation, around, about. Can also mean time of a year, season. Yeah, so this time, but with these particular usages, unlike the usual time we've seen for toki and so on. Then we have the particle to, so yeah, here with as the quoting particle, so yeah, before it the quotation. We could say technically with, but as in with, and then we report the quotation. I mentioned with because of it has the usage as a reminder of to, which means with, as in together with someone. But yeah. Quoting particle, and then we have omotte, ita, from omou. Should be accented actually, so yeah. Omou, low, high, low, yes it is. Its fundamental meaning is to think. There are other extended meanings. This is the fundamental one, and luckily the one used here. So perfect, to think, and before it a quotation. Verb con verb, so to make that a form we have to follow the rules. It's in u, as in straight up the ends with the kana u. So actually originally it was in pu, and so we changed the u into i. Omopi te, but then the i fell omop te, difficult to pronounce, so simply double consonant te. And then we have again ita from, so yeah, actually iru, teiru form, structure, so yeah, continuing action or state. Here we conjugate iru, simply it's a verb, it's a verb by dropping the ru, make a continuity form, then to attach ta, and so make the past form of the verb in plain speech. So yeah, he's saying, I was thinking that it was around the time that you appeared, then we have to adapt it like that in English, already. In Japanese, simply actually in Japanese, notice that we have the verb technically arawareru in its dictionary final form before koro, actually attributive, but yeah, the dictionary form, because technically the time in which you would, yeah, we have the present form of a verb used as a simple future technically, because it can be used like that in Japanese, so because of that actually. Oh yeah. So yeah, he said that. And then he says, Peppa ni umaku no serare otte. Oh yeah, first and foremost, Peppa. Yeah, General Pepper. Ni as the particle should be by, again, yeah, as you might have guessed, also by the verb at the end, with some parts of it, yeah, should be a passive. Before it, though, we have umaku. As we have seen, umai, here actually written, if written with kanji, usually now written with kana alone, you could use the kanji for up and of hand, so both kanji we have studied, but then you simply apply this reading to them with the e of the adjective outside of the kanji, also for conjugation. Means skillful, good, but yeah, good as in skillful, and so on. So yeah, we can drop the e and then add ku to make technically the conjugative form of the adjective, also used, and like in this case here, as an adverb. So yeah, well. And then we have this. Noserare otte. Well, noserare, first and foremost, definitely comes from noseru, a verb which has several meanings. The fundamental one would technically be, based on also its kanji, to place on something. Several extended meanings. The one used that makes the most sense here would be technically to deceive. Literally, as in to take for a ride. So yeah, I like that usage in English. Yeah, regardless, verb is a verb, so yeah, we can change the u into a and then add reru to make the passive form of the verb. After that, though, we technically drop the ru, and so would make the continuative form of the verb. To add this otte, which seems okay, yeah, it's that weird usage. Yeah, they are otte like this can come from a verb that it's ou, not our case here. There are some verbs. There's a verb with o. Otsu, no. Also oru. And yeah, it's actually oru, the one we've already seen on its own to be as in to exist. The humble form of iru in standard language, standard Japanese. In this case, though, when used as the second verb, part of a compound, so yeah, after the continuative form, the mass stem of another verb, it actually gets the meaning to have the audacity to do. So actually another like yagaru we have seen, that's found more often, honestly. And we have seen actually it more often. But yeah, apparently oru also has this usage when you conjugating another verb like that. So yeah, the usual indicates contempt or disdain for another's actions. Perfect for our case here. Yeah, then we make that a form. It's a verb, verb in ru. So it becomes double consonant taken, which is the u into e, or i, te, but then if or te, difficult to pronounce, so double consonant te. Here technically the form, because then the sentence would continue, but is there's the suspension with the suspension dots. So yeah, not the te at the end of a sentence for kudasai and so on, but yeah, simply at a form, then we interrupt the sentence technically. So yeah, he's saying here, I've been taken for a ride by keeping it to keep it closer technically. By being deceived by Pepper. Then also that the meaning of Oru, like Yagaru. Okay, so we can actually go back to the game then. Yeah, here we're seeing it again simply because I winded. Okay, no, let's not get hit like that. Not lose parts right before the final boss of the level of the route. Although you can see that it's easier said than done with all those walls closing in. Then we have this. I think it's also new. We'll quickly check it here. No, not this. The previous part again here. No. There. It was this. I wanted to quickly mention incidentally that here. What wasn't weird, but I didn't specify it last time, that made me think it was kind of weird, wasn't the guy itself, because the guy, you can see that technica is can be required by the potential form of the verb. It's with that gotoki ni before it that caused some confusion, but yeah, the meaning was what I mentioned anyway. So, I wanted to mention, since we are funny enough here again, but with a different dialogue. Yeah, this time Andros says, Shikashi, omae o ikite kaesu koto wa dekinu. Shikashi, notice the first E barely heard if at all because it's written in voice consonants. The accent is on ka. It's a conjunction which means however. Then we have omae, funny enough from mai, which we have seen before, but with this honorific prefix before it, funny enough, becomes an accented, and it actually becomes the second person singular pronoun you, formerly honorific, so yeah, most likely literally the one in front of me. Nowadays actually made normal language, and now very informal. Object particle o. Then we have the verb ikite. So yeah, from ikiru, we have studied its kanji, to live. As in to live, in this case to exist, non-live in somewhere. Ru verb is and verb, so we can simply drop the ru conjugative form to then attach the te. Here the te in its fundamental usage do the action of the verb in te and the rest of the sentence, or by doing, while technically better in this case I'd say, but we'll see in translation in a second. After that we have kaesu. Kaesu. Technically there are two, depending on the kanji. One is more simply to return something, to restore, to put back. Other extended meanings based on that. This one most likely actually the one with the kanji of kairu, the accented one. That means to send someone back, to send home. Notice the one in ru, the intransitive, one in su, the transitive, could be straight up actually another form of the causative. Not exactly in this case with the conjugation, but still related with that su, and so related to suru. But we'll see it better again. Regardless, the transitive verb, which means to send someone back, to send someone home. After it, koto, so yeah, the nominalizer for the verb, topic particle wa. And then we have the kinu. Yeah, it's the kiru to be able to do used in the structure koto ga de kiru. Yeah, it's the structure here used. One of the ways to make a potential form of a verb. This one more formal. Notice that it's longer straight up than simply conjugating a verb in the potential form. But yeah. Notice the difference. In this case, we have we replace the subject particle with the topic particle, but the meaning doesn't change. In this case, technically, we simply as for we can simply keep the meaning. As for doing the action, sending you back, send you in your home. I can't do it. There's only one final difference here. I've already mentioned the kiru to be able to do. Here we drop the ru to make the idealis not yet state form the negative base of the verb. In this case, instead of adding nai, the usual nai used in contemporary Japanese, we add nu, which is one of the forms of a negative auxiliary in classical Japanese. But the meaning is the same. So yeah, as mentioned. So yeah, however, I can't send you back while living, literally. So yeah, alive. Oh yeah, he's singing this. Oh yeah, now it's time. Let's try to defeat Andros here. Okay. We should have, by continuing slightly, we should have time enough to defeat Andros. There are new parts after the credits. We'll check those next time, but yeah, it would be great to defeat at least him. And so technically actually finish level 2 apart from potential dialogue to check. Would be great to be able to do that. Okay, it takes some time here. As we have seen, the first when destroying the eyes for the first time, yeah, it takes some hits. Okay, the first one is destroyed, perfect. Although we have seen that this is the beginning of this fight. Shouldn't still take too long, regardless. Ooh, I have to be careful more. It's tough. And quite risky. Yeah, we have a lot of these tiles coming at us. Then we have to be careful practically not to get hit at all. Fortunately, that means getting less hits in, making it longer when we really wouldn't need to finish this. And then end the stream. But okay, perfect. Destroyed the eye. Again, the cube with Andros' face gets revealed. Actually, more than a cube, it has that different. I don't remember if it was straight up a cube last time. And so actually it increased its became a more complex shape this time. Yeah, regardless, we'll have to destroy the eyes here again. Luckily they will take less hits now. We have destroyed them once. Yeah, that one is already destroyed. Yeah, wait for the second. Another cycle here for this one. Okay, let's avoid that. Okay. Please, let's... yeah, no, we have to be careful here. More careful, even though it might cost us. Okay, no, let's see if we can start it from here. Okay, no, we need one more cycle for this eye. So yeah, let's do that. Be careful, yeah, no. I wonder if these if bombs can help at least here. Yeah, not if I send it wherever there it went there. Don't think. Yeah, I'm honestly perplexed at bombs in this game. Way more useful in later Star Fox games. Try using also them also here while I shoot, but I have some doubts. Okay. Then we got back here. Yeah, we have to be careful. We really can't afford getting hit practically even once. Okay, there, that one we have destroyed. Okay. Let's see. Can avoid. Okay, perfect. Also got some hits in there. Perfect. This time we. Okay, let's avoid that though. Okay, like not like that. Like this and then go down. If I had some more health left, we'll be fine. Fine enough, yeah, practically only one hit was left, but yeah, we defeated Andros Andorf. Oh yeah, we got this whole explosion again. No escape sequence, but yeah, simply the cinematic here. All aircraft report. Okay, I think they said the same things as usual. I'll quickly check. Let me see. Here Peppy says I'm as in I'm staying at your back. Ushiro, we use the term for that. And Anta is a shortening of Anata. So yeah, you with the possessive particle, no, your. But yeah. I don't remember if we have seen it, but yeah, this is so simple that we won't mention again. The final sentence particle, technically, sa. Ushiro, by the way, unaccented, that I can quickly mention. Yeah, the final sentence particle sa assertion, yeah, mainly masculine. But yeah, with that, okay, continue. Yeah, this is the usual stuff by Falco then. Here we see the ending. This time actually, yeah, funny enough, last time everyone was dead, apart from us and Falco maybe. But yeah, most of our teammates were were gone. You know, this time we actually have all of them, so nice. Yeah, funny enough, apart from certain parts, level 2 went way better than level 1. I will get the results here. We watch them a second. Especially I would like to show as we have seen actually the bosses. But yeah, so yeah, here the total score, nice, and then the average score, yeah, the percentage again. Oh yeah, not bad. Oh yeah, nice to see them all going back this time.
This is Corneria, Pepper speaking. Congratulations on a job well done.
Roger. I'm heading back to Corneria.
And yeah, here the usual again, Pepper and Fox talking in straight up English. So yeah, nice. Oh yeah, we got to see the bosses. The attack carrier again. This one is identical, pretty sure. This one also, despite being in Sector X instead of the Meteor Belt, the Rock Crusher, and was also mentioned in the briefing. From the third level, I think we started seeing new enemies. Yeah, this one, Professor Hanger. Okay. In the other level, so other route, we saw Plasma Hydra. There was the core of that place. This now this I would personally call Crusher more than the other. Ah no, okay, Metal Smasher. Okay, that makes sense as well. Okay. Oh yeah, then we got this as the boss on the ground. Galactic Rider, that makes sense actually considering what the kind of level it was in. I got here Andros as usual, here with this Andorf. With those suspension dots, pretty sure again like last time. But yeah, here we have the credits again. I quickly will go through them a second and then we end the stream. I'll technically save the state here, but it doesn't particularly matter. But more as a reminder that we have finished this level. So level 2 is done. And yeah, so next time we'll start with level 3. Perfect that we didn't have extra things to check here of the dialogue. Oh yeah, we see all the names again, nothing new. Again, the usual effect here, pretty cool. Oh yeah, not much to say. While we wait here for the credits to end, yeah, of course. The new Star Fox, well, the remake of Star Fox 64 is coming out this week. I'll consider paying for now of that, the multiplayer for stream mostly just for fun. Not this Sunday though, because there should be a festival in Crosswords, so yeah, I can mention that already. So yeah, we should play that after, although we'll also have potentially Rhythm Event and after that, but we'll see. We'll consider playing those for now, for mostly just for fun streams for the multiplayer in Star Fox case. not a rhythm heaven, but we'll see what we play there. Oh yeah, here we're getting closer and closer to the end of the game. Notice that we have the Japanese support now. Yeah, notice Japanese support because yeah, there was all the creators outside of Japan of this game. But yeah, cool. Yeah, we got the end. Again, I can't press anything unless I can, and somehow I'm not realizing it, but I don't think so. I save the save state, but yeah, we can simply close the game. And yes, so today we continued and actually finished level 2, so the second route. So yeah, next time, which for this series, most likely actually, I think we might play it on Friday again, not this Friday, the one of the next week. Again, considering the Splatoon Direct, as much as that one will definitely be shorter, I think I'll watch it also for the channel. But yeah, after it, it would make more sense to play Fire Red to have more time to play Star Fox. So yeah, potentially we'll do that. So on Friday of the next week. In the middle, of course, we also have this Friday more Pokemon Fire Red. Let's learn Japanese with Pokemon Fire Red. On Sunday, I stream mostly just for fun. Should be crosswords because of the festival. But yeah, see you next time.